The Indiana Fever were not supposed to win this game without Clegg on the floor. Most people thought they would crumble against the settled storm. A team packed with firepower and experience, but what happened shocked everyone. Not only the Fever dominates, but Lexie all stepped into the spotlight in a way that nobody saw coming. And words she spoke after the game, fans realized this win wasn't just about basketball. It was about respect. This is the story of how the Fever silenced their critics, how Lexie all delivered the performance of her career, and why a fairy word afterward might just change how everyone views this team. From the moment it was announced Clegg wasn't suit up, fans and analysts wrote the Fever of Clark as being the centerpiece of the franchise, the reason arena sells out, and the one player every defense fears. Without her, the storyline was simple. Seattle would roll past Indiana with ease, but what the critics forgot is that basketball is still a 5-player game. The Fever knew this was their chance to prove they were more than just Legs supporting cast, and for players like Ursula, this was the ultimate opportunity to show the world what she could really do. From the opening tip, Lexie played like someone with a point to prove. She wasn't timed, she wasn't cultured, she was aggressive, attacking the basket, drilling up shoots, and playing suffocating defense. Her energy was impossible to ignore. Every rebound she fought for, every steal she created, and every shot she hit sent a clear message. Indiana was there to compete. By halftime, fans on social media were already buzzing. Who needs Clegg when Lexie All is playing this? All wasn't just filling in, she was dominating in her own right, and the more she scored, the more the Fever confidence grew. Of course, this wasn't just the Lexie show. The Fever as a whole played some of their best basketball of the season. Cassie Mitchell controlled the pace, Smith pounded thin glass, and Haley called the paint on the broad end. Without Clegg graffiti on the court, Indiana moved the ball with more unpredictability. The ball zipped around, players scored harder, and shooters stepped up. The result? A Fever offense that looked balanced, dangerous, and nearly unstoppable. What made it even sweeter for Indiana fans was the effort on defense. Settle stars could not get into rhythm. Shoots that normally fall just would not drop. And whenever they thought they had an opening, all Boston was right there to shut the door. This wasn't supposed to happen. The Storm were very heavy favorites, their light scorer and veteran leadership. But as the game went on, their frustration became obvious. Turnover paid up, missed shots mounted, and instead of adjusting, they looked rattled by the Fever's intensity. City's bench was visibly frustrated. Fans in the arena could not believe that they were watching. Indiana wasn't just competing, they were outplaying, outworking, and outstanding one of the league's best teams. As the final buzzer sounded, it wasn't even close. The Fever did not just win, they dominated. But the real fireworks came after the game. Reporters expected Hall to give the usual cliché about playing hard and sticking together. Instead, she let her emotions spill out. She talked about the lack of respect the Fever get when Clark is not on the court. She called out the people who doubted her ability to make an impact, and she reminded everyone that Indiana roster is filled with players who can compete at the highest level. The line that went viral: "We are tired of being seen as just Classic backup singers. We can sing leads too." Fans immediately flooded social media with support. Some said Hull had earned a moment. Others said this was the energy the Fever had been missing all season. And just like that, Lexie All went from being overlooked to being one of the most talked about players in the league. This win was bigger than just one night. It sent a message to the rest of the WNBA. The Indiana Fever are not a one-human show. Yes, Clegg is a superstar and the future face of the league, but nights like this prove Indiana as a dangerous supporting cast that can step up when needed. For Lexie Orr, it might be a turning point in her career. Every great player has a breakthrough moment where the shift from being a role player to being someone the Francis have to take seriously. This game might be hers, and the Fever as a whole, the confident boost is priceless. Winning without Clark not only strengthening their playoff hopes, it builds belief that they can handle adversity. That belief could change everything once the post-section arrives. Don't forget to drop your thoughts about the boldness, the courage of all, and also subscribe, hit the notification bell for more insights to story.